Yo, what is good, YouTube? What is good, my soldiers? We are back with another video today again. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the best Season 5 Black Ops 6 settings that you can find on all of YouTube. You will never find a video that will go in depth this much. You will never find anyone who's going to give you better settings. You will never find someone who's going to be as honest with you as I'm going to be honest today. Because I know you've been looking at BO6 settings and they tell you, oh, put your sensitivity like this, and then eventually you're gonna start aiming like me. You see, I've been playing Call of Duty for 10 years, but you will be able to. No, we're not doing that. Forget that. I'm not gonna give you a sensitivity, because guess what? This sensitivity is not gonna help you get better at the game. You have to find it on your own. So that's one thing. That's the first tip of the day. You cannot copy someone else's sensitivity and it be natural to you, unless it naturally is. You just got lucky and the person you copied was natural to yours. But anyways, these are going to be the best settings after the Season 5 release, just to make sure that is very clear. Anything any other YouTuber has told you to change, you can go ahead and wipe that out, because they probably lied to you. But I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into the video. Now, like I said in the beginning, that the sensitivity don't matter. You have to figure this out on your own. This is all preference. Sensitivity is 100% preference. I cannot tell you the correct sensitivity to use. This is my sensitivity. This is, I think, the default. No, the default is 1.2. I just turned this down because this is what I'm actually used to using. If y'all do not know already, I play on tactical flip. Now, what is tactical flip? Let me go ahead and break it down for people who don't know. Now, flip, let's start with that, because that's really the main thing of what I'm trying to get at right here. Flipped. So that means I shoot with the bumpers as opposed to shooting with the triggers. This is going to make you shoot a lot faster. If you have these trigger stoppers, which I have, I can also use that, but I'm just more accustomed to using the bumpers. It feels so much more smoother. It's almost like shooting with a mouse, if you ask me. You can actually get controllers that shoot with mouse click buttons. It's mouse click sensitive, so it will basically feel just like a mouse if you were just aiming on that. And that's kind of an advantage that keyboard and mouse players have. They can shoot very quickly. So that's something you definitely want to change into if you've been struggling with not shooting first, or if you don't really know how you can get your first shot off. That's something you can keep in mind. Always keep that in mind. But FOV, let me talk about this, because not enough people talk about it. Not enough people talk about FOV in really any FPS game. So FOV, believe it or not, is going to actually play into aiming. I used to have my FOV maxed out to 120, but that was completely wrong. That was completely wrong, and it doesn't have to be wrong. Some people can play on that. It all comes down to, once again, preference. I'm not saying that you have to put it down, because I know in one of my previous videos when I talked about this, a lot of people got that wrong. They thought that, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. FOV does matter. Listen, I have my FOV at 105 simply because if you play on controller, which this video is mostly about controller players, then you will be able to aim a lot better. Your aim assist will pick up a lot better, because the screen will be a lot more closer. So the aim assist is not going to be weaker. The higher your thing is, the higher your FOV is, the more weaker your aim assist will be. And also, when they're like farther away, you might not be able to see that well. I noticed when I was on 120 FOV, I couldn't see that well. I could see, but what I'm saying is in a distance, I miss a lot of people. Basically, I'd see someone close enough, but then when they're farther away, I'd completely miss them, and I'd get gunned so many times because of that. They catch me off guard. They just hiding somewhere, and you know, in this game, the colors can be a little bit off. They could be camping in a bush somewhere. Next thing you know, they just pop out and snipe you. Like, there's a bunch of things that can happen. So 105 is my personal preference. You can play around with this. I just want to give you a little tip on that the higher it is, the less aim assist you will have, because the person that's farther away or the person in front of you is going to be a smaller hitbox, because the FOV is more spread out. That's why that works in the way it does. And let's see, controller. Okay, on here, same thing. This is how you actually swap your buttons, your shoot and aim buttons. You just gotta put on swap right here. Controller vibration, turn this off. If you want to maximize your aim, you gotta turn this off. Now, once again, this could be preference too. Some people aim better with vibration, but not me. Dead zone, this is what y'all really want to see right here. Dead zone. Right here, I have left stick minimum at 5. Now you can turn this down to 0, so that way it can be instant. It doesn't have to be no waiting, no delay, none of that. But I have my right stick right here. This is what you're gonna mostly aim with. Now I had this at 0. Now the reason why I turned it back up to 5 was simply because to challenge myself, basically. That's the only reason I turned it back up to 5. If y'all know my last video, I had it on 0. My last settings video, I had it on 0. But now I have turned it back up to 5. So that way I can just challenge myself and I can get used to that sensitivity. Because usually when I go back into the old CODs, there's no dead zone. There's no dead zone settings. There's none of that. So I want to be able to play in both ways. I don't want to be able to have this advantage where I turn it down to 0 and then it's just easier. Because when I go back on the old CODs, I can't really aim that well and it throws me off a lot. So I just put mine to 5. This can be preference, but if you want the least amount of delay as possible, I recommend turning this down to 0. This is going to make everything instant. You're going to be able to micro adjust at the smallest pixels. This is going to be a complete game changer if you have a struggle with basically you aiming. Next thing you know, you try and move the joystick over a little bit. It'd be like 1 pixel off from the enemy and you can't micro adjust. You cannot micro adjust for anything. So this is why you want to turn it on 0. If you don't like 0, then turn it to the lowest one without having stick drift. Because I know some people get stick drift from putting it like that. Aim response curve type. I have mine on standard. You can have yours on linear or dynamic. I tried linear and dynamic. It's not for me. The reason why I have mine always on standard, because I know they like to tweak those a lot more than they tweak the one that is standard. That's just what they do. And I don't want to be getting on the game after an update. Next thing you know, I can't aim. It's just so hard to aim. You're gonna look like you have an earthquake on your controller. You don't want that. So I recommend standard if you don't want to even deal with all that other stuff. But if you want to experiment with linear and dynamic and see which one is best for you, okay, then you should do that. Really, everything comes down to preference. Everything comes down to preference at the end of the day. I think that's everything in terms of aiming, but I'm gonna go over a few more of my settings that I see a lot of y'all continuously ask about and y'all really don't know about. So basically, I see a lot of y'all asking about why is my mini map so much bigger. I know some people in the past was like, oh, why is it circular? How am I gonna take tips and tricks from this guy? Well, first of all, to clear that out the air, I had mine circular in the previous videos because when you turn off the HUD, it resets everything over here. So this was at round instead of square when I go in theater mode. But right here, if you go to multiplayer HUD presets, most of y'all play on standard. I don't know why mine's on standard, probably because I reset it again. But if you turn on magnified, this is gonna make your HUD bigger. This is gonna make your map bigger. You will be able to see a lot of stuff. Look, this is magnified and this is standard. You can see that the map gets bigger. So turn yours on magnified. I think mine might be glitched. I think that's why. But you get what I'm saying. And be careful when you turn this on, it might reset your stuff back to round minimap preference. And you don't want that. Just change it back to square. And crosshair right here. The crosshair I have, you can have this. You can actually change the color on this. Mine is blue, so that way I can see. White, it kind of get mixed up on snowy maps. So I'll turn mine to blue, or you can do yours. I recommend having this a bright color, but just not white. You'll be able to see a lot better. Or if you know you play on a certain map that's a certain color, don't choose that one, please. And all this stuff I really keep, the same. But let me see if I can show y'all the rest of my settings right here. So this is my aiming. Target aim assist, of course, on. This is all this stuff right here. I don't really mess with it. Movement, tac sprint assist. I have tactical sprint assist. This means you will be able to tac sprint instantly. So instead of trying to press the button once or twice, you will be able to tac sprint instantly. But I don't think I use this. I think I always try and put on slipstream. That way it's just better for me. It feels like Cold War. It feels like the old CODs with no tac sprint. Luckily BO7 is not going to have tac sprint by default. You will have to have a perk on for it, so that's something I look forward to. Slide dive behavior, I have this on slide only because I don't really dive. What do I need to dive for? I want y'all to give me one reason of why I need to be diving. Diving actually makes the other person aim better if they're on controller. The aim assist gets stronger, not stronger, but the hitbox, your hitbox spreads out when you do any of those movements like that. At least with a slide, you can cancel it. Okay, but when you dive, you kind of just there in the air. Whatever happens. So I put mine on slide only. I don't want to be diving ever. That's something I just never want to do. And all this other stuff, you can see it. If it looks different from yours, change it. I can't really remember if I changed this stuff. Mantle cancels reload. I guess that was on. Just turn it off. You know what to turn off and what to turn on, right? So yeah, this is basically everything else. I don't really change nothing. Y'all want to see my graphic? Nothing there. Audio, I keep my master game audio on 24. I don't like it to be too loud. And y'all really don't care about this stuff, but I'm gonna show y'all anyways, just so y'all know how I play. This is how I play. I think that's gonna be it for here though. I think that's all the settings I got for y'all boys today. The best tip I can give y'all in this video today is y'all should really try and find your own sensitivity. Once you find your own sensitivity, your best sensitivity, you will start to play a lot better. Don't copy no one's sensitivity. Please, I tell you, never copy a sensitivity from any YouTuber. No matter if they say this, they lie. All they care about is views. I actually care about helping y'all. So please figure out your own sensitivity, figure out your own dead zone, tweak it around. Okay, be like, okay, I'm like this. This is too slow for me. This is too fast. You know how to fix it. All right. But anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video right here. I hope y'all found it helpful. It was a nice little calm video today, just showing the settings, nothing major. I'm gonna have some more videos coming for y'all. I'm actually thinking about switching around the whole channel type. Instead of just talking about Call of Duty or Black Ops 7, I want to widen the scope and give tips and tricks for any FPS game. I know that's something I attempted to do before, but I wasn't really all in on it. I really just wanted to focus on Call of Duty, but that is completely over. I'm still gonna talk about Call of Duty, and when Black Ops 7 come out, I will be making it separate videos, but I want y'all to expect mostly just FPS gaming videos. This week I'm gonna be dropping Black Ops 6 videos though. Maybe on, I think like later in the week, like probably like 6 days down the week, I'm gonna be dropping an FPS video. But just request, if y'all want a Black Ops 6 video, just that alone, comment down in the comment section below. Give me the video idea, I'll make it. Because the reason why I'm not really making Black Ops 6 videos no more, I'm running out of ideas. I done taught y'all everything, man. Anything you can think of, bro, I taught it. I can keep getting creative with these video ideas, but I don't want to keep teaching y'all stuff that y'all really don't need. So, but if y'all need help with anything, just send it in the comment section below, and I'll either reply and give you and show you a video that I've already made that went over that, or I'll make a completely new video. Or if the information in the video I made before isn't good enough, I'll completely make a new video. But if you want to take your skill to the next level, the first link in the comment section below is going to be my Patreon. It's going to be the coaching sessions. It's going to be everything to fully elevate your skills. So if you want to go pro, if you want to go up in rank like by a lot, then I recommend you go click on that link and subscribe to the Patreon. But anyways, man, if you want to see my last video, or one of my last videos where I faced against the biggest reverse booster, the biggest cheater, hacker, whatever you want to call him, in all of Call of Duty, then click on this video right here.